right, today's 228s. Shh. 228.17, we're going to do parallelograms. Parallelograms. Alright, so how do I find angle and side measures of parallelograms? Alright, definition of a parallelogram. It is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. It's a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides being parallel. So we draw a parallelogram. A parallelogram looks like a slanted rectangle. You have both pairs of opposite sides being parallel, so these two sides are parallel along with these two sides. Good? We also know that opposite sides are congruent. Opposite sides are congruent. See how much brighter it is now with our new bulb in? Isn't it like pretty again? Sorry. And we're going to say opposite angles are congruent. So let's draw another parallelogram. I said opposite sides are congruent, so this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side, right? That's what that means. I also know this angle is congruent to this angle, and this angle is congruent to this angle.
feel like I remember that.
All right. Tissue. There's napkins up there now? Okay. You go in the little cabinet on that side, there's some in there. Not tissue, but napkins. Consecutive angles are supplementary. You can put those back against the wall. Consecutive angles are supplementary. What does it mean to be supplementary? Anyone know?
Not equal. Not equal to 180.
They can be swapped or changed.
What's consecutive mean?
Equal to 180.
No. Consecutive means in order. Right? So consecutive means in order. If I count numbers consecutively, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's in order. There's no skipping numbers. Consecutive means in order. So, let me draw a picture, and then we'll talk about consecutive first. That's still a parallelogram. Pretend it's slanted a little bit more than it looks. So if I start with angle A, what's consecutive with angle A?
Oh, B.
B. Could I say D? Yes, I can. Is C consecutive with A? No. Those are what? That's with an O.
Opposite.
Those are opposites. What is consecutive with C?
B and D.
B and
D.
D. Do you understand? D is consecutive with which ones?
A and C.
A and C, but not what?
B.
But not B. Do you understand that? So when I say go in order, it's going like around the parallelogram. I can go from B to D, but I can go from C to B. You understand? Okay. Supplementary, so that's what consecutive means. Supplementary means they add up to 180.
Didn't I say that?
You said they don't add up to 180.
And then I said, do they add up? Like, oh, fine.
So I'm going to say that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals 180 degrees. Are you okay? And if I say A is x degrees and C is x degrees, why are they both x degrees? Why is C and A the same? They're opposites, and I already said opposites were what? They're the same, they're congruent. And if I make this y degrees, then B is also y degrees, correct? So obviously I said A and B add up to 180. Is that the only one that adds to 180? No, what else? D and C, what else? B and C, what else? A and D. If you want to, should you write all four of them? Yeah, that's up to you. I'm not going to, but for some of you, should you? Probably. And for those that don't, good luck later, because you're special. Next, diagonals bisect each other. All right, what's a diagonal? Cross. If you're playing or looking for words, like word searches, they tell you can go horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. Diagonal is side to side, right? So there's your diagonals. What does it mean to bisect? God bless you. What does it mean to bisect?
To cross something more than once.
What bisect means to do into what? What does bi mean?
Two.
Two. What does it mean to? What does it sound like? Intersect. To cross. If I'm cutting it into two, those two are exactly congruent. It's to cut in half. So this is cut in half with this piece, which means they're congruent. And this piece is also cut here, which is congruent. Good? Make sense? Questions? All of these are properties of a parallelogram. Do I need to know all of the properties of a parallelogram? Yeah, I do. We're going to do examples. Find the indicated measures of parallelogram J, K, L, M. Oops. I'll let you write it down. All right, your job is to talk to someone next to you, see if you know anything about this. That means you have to physically talk. Ready? What do we know? Alright, let's listen. Kn is here. And Kn is how much?
2.
So what's Nm?
2.
Wonderful. How do you know that? The same. So this is 2 and this is 2. How much is Km? Yeah. All of you do. Now we're looking at the measure of JML, angle JML, which is the whole thing, correct? Okay, now let's use what we know. We're looking at this whole angle. Well, I know this angle and something else. What do I know? Which one? You need to say it correctly. The reason why there's 3 letters is because the angle is being cut. Do you see it? Since it's being cut, I have to use 3 letters to talk about it. So I can say that the measure of angle JML plus which one?
Plus K or plus N?
Isn't it M? N, I mean? You can go J through N, to
So
go to
J
L,
through-
and then so it'd be JLM. No?
JLM, this angle?
Yeah.
Yes, but do I know anything about this angle? No, so what do I want to use it?
So you can use J and then.
KJM. Why am I going to use KJM?
Oh,
Because it says it's how much?
110.
Yeah.
Got it.
Equals how much?
180.
180. Good? Okay. Now what? What's the measure of JML? JML is this whole piece. And what do you know about this whole piece? It's 30 plus what? 30 plus x. Why is it 30 plus x? Because they're both each piece, yes? Well, this is 30 and this is x, so I have to say 30 plus x. Plus, what is KJM? 1 what? 110. Equals 180. So now what? Add them. So x plus what?
140.
Equals 180. Subtract 140 and x equals what? 40. Go find the other angle. Now I found x to be 40, but that didn't tell me my angle JML. What's JML?
70.
How'd you get 70? That's your homework. By adding 30 plus 40, which is 70 degrees, yes. Now what's the measure of angle KML? Here's K, here's M, here's L. No, 40.
Right when you thought you had it.
Wait, can you explain to me why the measurement of KML would be 40 degrees? Were they joined together trying to find that one part where they joined?
Because
KML and would be the plate trying to find it. And we already solved for it.
what was the question?
Okay, so
last one,
Shh.
number 4. I don't understand any of the answer. I don't understand like all of this. I don't understand. Let's just start with that though. Let's start with number 4.
The measure of angle KML. You learned how to read angles in IM1. So if I take K, go to M, go to L, you're only looking at this piece here. Well, that's X. I found X is what?
40.
So that's 40.
So that entire angle, the measurement of that angle is 40 degrees.
Stop talking, because I think you're confusing yourselves even more. Not the entire angle, let's say it correctly. I'm only looking at K, M, L, which means I'm only looking at this piece up here. I'm not looking at the bottom part. The first one asks for JML. JML is the whole enchilada. IM1 is where you learned how to read angles. Okay? We get it now? Yeah. Okay. Example B. Solve for y and x. Check with someone. Talk with someone.
Okay.
equals 50, so it's I'm probably wrong too. So.
They do the work and they always output it.
This is the easiest problem. Alright, what do you know? What do the properties tell you?
That the sides are equal.
That opposite sides are congruent. So if opposite sides are congruent, what are your two opposite sides? Let's name them.
L and A, J.
So segment LM is congruent to segment KJ, yes? Okay. So if the segments are congruent, then their sides are what?
The same.
Equal. This is their name, this is their length. This is their name, this is their length. Did you hear me? Name, length. Just like angle measures, remember? Angle 2, angle 4, and then measure of angle 2, measure of angle 4. Same idea. We just take off the segment bar for their length. Alright, so what is LM?
1 plus 3.
And what's KJ?
18.
And so what's Y?
15.
Okay, what do you know?
J
The
I
measure
know I'm
of
being
K
wrong.
and LM.
The measure of KLM. So angle KLM is congruent to
KJM.
KJM. So the measures are equal. Oops, Jay. Okay, now what?
JM plus 50.
KLM is 15
Yeah.
equals,
2X.
and X equals.
25.
So what was the hard part? What was the hard part?
I didn't know what letter, like I didn't know how to choose the letters.
Okay, you should have learned in IM1. I'm going to repeat it really quick. Here we go. The key is this. Jazzy, listen. Whatever angle you want, so I want angle J because that's what I'm talking about, it has to be in the middle. I wanted angle L, it has to be in the middle. Do you understand? So whatever 3 letters you pick, that one has to be in the middle. So I can't go from M to K to J, I have to go KJM or MJK. If they're broken up. If they're not broken up and it looked like this, then I can just say angle M because it's not cut up. But as soon as I cut it, I have to say angle KML if I want this angle.
Oh, okay.
3 letters.
I did mine the same way as the first one.
Mhm.
So it's fine.
How did you do it the same way?
I did the measures of KL right equal to the measures of JM.
Your lengths? We don't have those sides. That's the only thing.
Oh, I see, because of the bisect, that's what this is.
No, you said KL, which is up here. I know nothing about KL. And I know nothing about JM. Or if you're talking angles, you're talking sides.
Sides.
Yeah, I have to use the sides that I was given. I was given KJ and LM. So I have to use those same letters. What else? Ask now. Yeah,
We don't put the lengths bar.
you're wrong. Because remember, once again, you can add and subtract this. This is easy. This is IM1. This right here is the geometry.
I just don't understand the first example, but second one was
What don't you understand in the first example?
all of it. Like I don't understand how you. Okay,
I understand.
okay. NM is 2 degrees. I don't know where you get 2 degrees.
And there is no 2 degrees. It's 2.
I don't know where you get 2 from.
What does it mean to bisect? Cut in half.
You see where it says K and N, and there's a 2 in between there? It's the same thing as N and N.
So that means that all of them and all of them.
No,
Just that,
just that.
because they're on opposite.
Yes.
So it's kind of like this.
What's new here? It's just like,
Angle JML, I don't understand that. Like JML, I don't understand what you got.
I couldn't.
Why did you get 40? Where did you get 40?
Because it's the N.
this angle here, KJM, is 110. And I know that this angle, LJMJ or JML, when I add those two, it equals 180.
JML equals 180.
No, both of those together add up to 180. Because that's what I said on the other side. Consecutive angles are congruent. Well, this angle is consecutive with this angle, right?
Yes.
So when I add them, I get 180, yes? Okay, well this is 110. And this is x, but this is 30, so when I add those, I get 30 plus x. So I could solve and get x equals 40. So that means that this x is 40, and when I plug in, I get 30 and 40, which is 70.
See, you talk so fast, I'm still lost.
I still don't know.
It's okay, I'll figure it out.
Someone else is going to have to explain it. Because I don't know what else to say.
Wait, hold on. So you know,
Because they're next to each other?
I need to make flashcards.
I'm getting
I have
lost.
to remember.
I already got it,
It's
so I'm
like
getting
next
lost.
to each other, it's like KJ, that's consecutive, right? They're right next to each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Remember, that's what I said to write on the other side. Write all 4 statements out. And I said if you didn't write them, that was you. And I was only going to write one. That's because of this.
I never made flashcards.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
It's only a couple things. Opposite sides are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. Consecutive angles are 180. Bisector, diagonals bisect.
Will they ever give you the angle like sometimes, and will they ever give you one side, like the middle part of
Middle?
it? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's talk about our homework. Today's your last day to ask me questions, unless you email me and I respond to you in the next 3 days.
I'll do it.
I'm not here. Remember, I'm not here. I'm in San Diego. No.
I think I got that. I just need to make flashcards to remember.
You do need to make flashcards. This is where flashcards come in handy from here on out. And if you're not a flashcard person, you need to start being a flashcard person maybe, or foldable, or some organizer to keep your stuff information.